Hi, good morning. Thank you everyone for joining the webinar. We'll give everyone a few more minutes to join so we can get started shortly. Thank you very much. Okay, I guess we can start now. Again, well, thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Today, we're excited to have Guillermo and Memo as our presenters. They will be leading us through this process, through this session, and as assisting with the chat as moderators will be Peter and myself, Diego. Probably we've talked before in the chat support. We'll be here to help you with all the answers. We're going to do our best so we can answer all your questions. Remember to post your question in the chat, and in case that is not answered due to volume or something, we can always help you through our support channels. So yep, let's start the webinar. As I mentioned, Memo and Jose are going to be your presenters. Yeah, Memo, why don't you kick things off right now?
Thank you, Diego. Welcome, everyone, to today's webinar. My name is Guillermo Roses. You may have chatted with me in the support line. I'm a support representative with ISN. Roughly, I've been with ISN over 2 years. Fun fact about myself, I've been enjoying cold showers lately. And now introducing my co-host, which will be JC. Passing it on to you.
Thank you, Guillermo. Hi, everyone. So, Jose, and yeah, as well, you have probably chat with me or over the phone, as well as support representative. And I have been the same as Guillermo over 2 years with the company. And well, a fun fact is that I really love sharks, would love to swim with them, but I'm really afraid of barracudas. So, thank you, Guillermo.
Thank you, Jose. So I'll be discussing a few topics. So this is a fun subject. Order controls. I haven't seen a lot of inspection companies take advantage of, but these open a world of possibilities. Just another layer of customization that you have within your ISN. So we'll do a brief introduction. So order controls are used to input order information relevant to each order. This can go into information that's entered when you're setting up the order in ISN or when someone's scheduling, such as a client, an agent, is booking the order through your company website using the online scheduler. So in this screenshot, we just have a section. Each of the sections that you see on the top, or what have also been called tabs, you'd see these listed from left to right. These are client, buyers and sellers agent information, subject property, property info. In this example that we have in the screenshot, we're looking at property info. So this is the order form section. And then below, these are the order form controls. So we can start seeing them listed as inspection type. Next, we have label. And what we'll look into today's webinar is how you can customize each one, how you can rename them, rearrange them, how these can be tied to your order form and even into business reports. So look into this next slide. And with an overview of what we call default controls, you may have noticed when your ISN account was first built, there are controls that have already been preloaded. These are client, buyers, seller's agent information. These ideally are recommended to be kept, to not be hidden, to not be deleted, just as a best practice to allow the functionality between what you enter in ISN and just allow smooth experience overall. Okay. In this list, you also have inspection fees, your list of inspectors, whenever you're picking which inspector will be assigned to each order, that'll be due so via that control. And now in this next slide, so let's take a look at how your order form control will be connected to an email template and an email event. So as we saw on the first slide, you have your client order form section. Within that section, you have your client control. Now, the first fields that you'll see is the client's name, the ability to enter the client's email address, con- contact information, address, and so on. But we use the client's first name as an example. As you've seen in email templates, agreements, and invoice templates, we have what we call replacement values. So these replacement values will populate order information specific to each order, specific to each client. And if you were to have an email event tied to that email template, then that order information will be populated automatically. So in the bottom of the screenshot, we have the name of our email event, which we use as an example. It's client verification of inspection time with agreement and payment link. Now, it's set to be sent 15 minutes after the order is created, and the name of our client is Chris Gardner. And we can see the email template utilizing that replacement value. So it's hello, and a replacement value will always start with a percentage sign, ending with a percentage sign. So in this next screenshot is how everything clicks into place. So we have the name of our client, which is Chris. We show the email address of Chris was also populated automatically, so the system knows who that email will be sent to. And it also shows us the client's name. So it says, hello, Chris. And this is just a brief example, but you can customize most everything that you can enter into your order form can be populated into an email template, invoice template, or agreement via these replacement values. Okay. Now, next, in our property info section that we saw in the first screenshot, you may have noticed these two fields. So this is the year built for the property age to be calculated. And then we have our square feet field. Okay. If we were to enter values into these two fields, we have ways of connecting it to your order. So in this example, we've entered 1952 for the year the property was built in. We've also entered 2003 for the square feet. And you'll notice when you go into your fees tab that the values will be populated. So the system will calculate the age of the property, so it's 72 years old, and it'll also show the square feet value. Okay, so that's when you go into your fees tab. Now, when you run a business report, maybe you'd want to see how many inspections you've performed with properties that are a specific size. So in this example, it's any property between 2,000 and 4,000 square feet. So we've entered that um, range indicator in our business report, and we see the inspection that we've just entered because the value that we've entered, which is 2003, is within that range. Okay, this is just a brief example, and the name of this report is inspections by date. Okay, that will allow this filter. Now, another way that your order form control is connected to your order itself is with your fees. So we have calculators that'll be beneficial to automatically sum an amount, okay, that will be seen in the client's invoice. So since we've entered a square feet amount of 2003, the system calculated an amount of $335 based on that square footage. It also calculated an amount based on the age of the property. So how you could set up the amount is by going into your square feet fees page, okay? And this is the range that allowed the amount to be summed up. So it's 335 for every property within this square feet range, which is 2001 and 2500 square feet, okay? And for the property age, we have the bottom of the screenshot, that age range, okay? And next, how can you connect your order form control onto your online scheduler for a client or an agency? So in this example, and we'll go into depth on how to create an order form control, but we have our control that's named test. Okay, we've chosen a text box to be the type of the order form control. And if we go into our settings page for the online scheduler, we can go into order form controls. We've checked the box. So this is the section that we're setting up that control under, which is our property info section. And on the right hand side of that page, you can decide if that control is required. Required, all it means is, will that client or will that agent have to fill in the field or have to check the box or have to choose a drop down option in order to advance to the next page. So you have full control over that. Now, this is what it would see. This is what the client or agent would see when they start booking the order. Under our property info page, they'll see our field, which is called test, and that'll be populated onto your dashboard whenever you go into and view that order. Now, how can you begin customizing your order form? Right, so you want to begin by going into settings and office settings and then choosing customize order form. The first page that you'll be seeing is our order form sections. So we have what we call the tabs as well. So client, buyers and sellers agent. And what you see on the right hand side under order controls active in these section are the controls themselves. Okay. Now you can then click on either the edit icon that would be to the left of controls on your left. That's the second pencil edit icon, or you can click the pencil edit icon under order controls. Now, these are the controls that are nested within each section, and we've chosen property info for this example. And the different options that are available here, let's start from the left. These hamburger icons or the three-lined icons, you can drag and drop to rearrange at any time. You can edit. The first edit icon will allow you to edit the name, the description, and what type of control it is. And you can delete the order form control at any time. We'd recommend reaching out to support in case you were to delete a order form control or an order form section, just to avoid the loss of data. Best to check with us to see what the best approach is. And on the far right hand side, you'll see additional options, which are to show the order form control, basically just being able to hide or show these. If you were to utilize the mobile version or what we call the M3 version on your iPad, on your phone, you can check the box to have that selection for that control shown in your mobile summary. Okay? You can also check the box under your pricing summary, which you'll see in your fees page. Okay, so for example, in one of our screenshots below, before, we saw how the square feet and the property age was visible in that page. So you can customize that here. Okay. Now, next is your order form settings, where you edit the actual controls. As we've seen, it's the edit controls button that's near the far left hand side. Okay. Now, if you were to click the edit icon next to one of these sections, which remember are the tabs, okay, so for example, the client, we can edit the name. Maybe you wouldn't want the section named client. Maybe you'd prefer home buyer. So you can rename that by changing the name, and you can also change the description you'd want to finalize by choosing update control. And not only can you rearrange the sections, so you could have the client listed at the very bottom. Perhaps you'd want the sellers and buyers information to be entered first, so you can rearrange that near the top. But you can also rearrange the controls themselves. Okay, so both menus will allow you to rearrange the sections and the controls. And another option that we have is you can customize the section color that you'll see in your order view page. So in this example, we've chosen red for our services and green for fees. Now, there are presets, basic colors that you can select: yellow, green, red, blue. You can also, if you'd like, in your search provider such as Google, you can type in the color code in HTML that you'd like, and you can input that code into the foreground or the background. Just do a copy paste and then hit save code. Okay, and then these colors will be displayed when you view the order, that order view page. So not when editing the order, but when you view the order, that's when you'll see the colors. And you can move a control between the sections. So there's no need to delete the control, recreate it. You can quickly move the sections because when you start editing the control, you'll see an option near the upper right hand side. It'll say move order control in another section. So this alarm and alarm code control that we have under our property info section, maybe we would want to move it onto the client section. So we can quickly pick client and then move control, right? Now, when you would like to print the order view page, you can decide which sections will be included. So perhaps you're printing either a PDF, you're downloading a PDF of that order view page, or you're printing a physical copy for maybe a secondary inspector or a third party to see. And maybe you'd like to hide certain information. So in this example, we're hiding two labels that we've highlighted here. So it's introduction to enter fees and then main fee information. We've chosen to hide those by clicking on the initially green icon under the printable column. Okay, we've checked the box as once it's showing as red, they'll be hidden. Okay, so in that screenshot on the right hand side, we've printed the page, they're no longer there. Now, you have an additional page to control what you'd like to be listed on your order view page, not only for yourself, but to office staff, to inspectors, anyone with access to your ISN, you can decide what they would see. This is a page that are one of the settings that are global. So making changes to this page will not only affect what you see, but what others see as well. To access this page, you want to go into settings, office settings, and then inspection viewing options. And you can control the title. Okay, maybe you wouldn't want it to show the OID number. Maybe you'd want it to show the client's name or the property address first. There are a list of variables or replacement values that you can copy and paste and then edit the title and your subtitle. You'll also see on the right hand side the ordering. So you can rearrange each order form section, choose to hide or show in this page as well. Okay. Now, Jose will go into depth on how to set up order form control fees, but this is just an overview of what you can do. If you were to pick, it's a specific control type, which is called drop down box. And in this example, we've chosen a drop down box to allow how many units above one we can enter when we're booking the order. So at the bottom, we can pick the values. It's one line per entry. So the first one will be the default NA. Whenever you were to edit the order itself, that's the first option you'll be seeing, NA. Okay, not applicable. And then you have for each additional line or drop down value, you can pick the name. So we'll have duplex, triplex, and then quadplex. And then on the other page, the order control fees, you can designate a value to each selection. So for NA, we'll choose 0. For duplex, we'll add an additional 100. For triplex, 200, and so on. This is an example, but I've seen great uses for this order form control. Um, Maybe it's how many inspections if there is a garage, if there's additional bathrooms, and it's quite a useful tool that you can customize and can have full control over. And then this is what you'd see when you're booking the order. On the left is the name, or that would be the public name. Okay, that's what you would see when you start booking the order. So it's the question is this home multifamily? If so, how many units over one? And then we've chosen for this example, it's a duplex. As soon as I pick duplex and you chose the calculated fee, in this case, it's the inspection fee, since it's adding $100 to that fee. If we were to see the breakdown, we'll see the $100 added automatically. You'll have to pick the calculated amount or the amount in blue. And then if you were to see the breakdown, this $100 will be added in. And it follows the same principle when you book the order through the scheduler. The client picks the option and $100 is added automatically to the inspection fee. Okay. Now, how you'd create your new control is going into your section. You can click on the edit icon for controls and then you pick add control. And these are different control types that you can create, you can pick from. So we'd have text box, which there's a limit of how many characters the person who's entering the order information has access to. It's short. Um, so just keep that in mind when you're setting up the order. We also have a large, rich text box, which is has a limit of 255 characters. So there's these two options regarding text, raw text that you can enter. We also have a checkbox, a drop-down box, and so on. Two controls that are interesting because of what they allow is a drop-down box triggered by an on and off checkbox. So only if whoever is entering the order information picks the box, not only for the order form that you'd have access to in ISN, but whoever is booking the order online, if they pick the box, only then would they be seeing the field to enter text. Okay, and that would be the screenshot that's shown on the right. This is just an example. If they pick the box, they'll be entered, prompted to enter the text value. And then on the left, it's a checkbox that when checked, they'll have a list of drop-down options. Okay, this is what you'd see when you're creating a text box. You'd enter your name, your public name, if you want it shown in your online scheduler, and how many characters that field will allow the person to enter. Okay, and if it's a drop-down box, remember it's one line per entry, so you could just enter those values as well. And now Jose will take over the webinar to explain the rest of the subjects. Jose?
Thank you, Guillermo. Hi, everyone. So we're going to go ahead and review how to create a custom control. We'll be seeing text box example, checkbox, dropdown. Also, we're going to add fees with a custom control, and we're going to take a look at coupons and promotions. So as Guillermo mentioned, we want to start first by going into settings and then office settings, then customize order form. And we're going to be under our order form sections, which were the tabs that are visualized on your order form. So here you can either add a new section if you prefer. Now for this example, we're gonna go ahead and choose the property info tab section. So what you wanna do is hit on the pencil icon that says controls, or the one on the right, that pencil icon. Once you have done that, we're gonna get this page where you can add a control. And as Guillermo mentioned as well, so there's multiple types. For this case, we're gonna use the type text box. And as you can see, the image above that, you have the text box highlighted, and that's how it's going to be shown on your order form. So you need to enter a name, a description, a text value, and a public name. Now, the text value is what is going to be displayed on your order form, and public name is going to be displayed on your online scheduler. Now, for this case, since it's a text box, it's going to ask us how many characters we want to use. And on the right side, you're going to see how it's represented here, the text box. So let's jump now to the checkbox control. So it's going to be pretty much the same. So you're going to choose the type, which is going to be a checkbox here. You have the image, how it's going to be represented, the description, the text value, the public name, and on the right screenshot, you can see how it's the utility is connected. That's the name I gave it to this checkbox. So let's jump to the drop down. And now for this, as Guillermo mentioned, once you choose the type drop down box, add the name, description. So one line per entry. So you can see it here. As Guillermo mentioned, you're gonna have the first option is an A, the second one additional, two additional, and for the fourth one, three additional. Now, once you finish creating this custom control, you want to hit Update Control, and you're gonna go back to the previous page so we can add a fee. Now, to add a fee, the only thing you need to do is locate the fees column, hit the fees edit icon, and here, since we have 4 lines, we want to add four different fees for each. So in this case, on the right corner, the left top, you have the add fee amount, which is going to create a new line, and then we want to choose for the first one. I give it a value of 0 in A. The second one, 50. The third one, 100, and the fourth one, 150. And the fee column, you're going to choose the fee, which should be receive the amount. So we're going to see it on the next slide, which is this. Now, you can see on the first screenshot how I choose only one additional duplex to family. And if you remember, it's going to give us a $50 amount. So once you go to the fee section, this fee is going to be showed up as well here. And if you see the inspection fee breakdown, you're gonna have the fee dollar amount here. So that's pretty much how you can enter a fee with a custom control. And now we're gonna take a look at our coupons and promotions. So for these, you wanna go into settings, office settings, and locate the coupons right here. And on the right side, you're gonna have this screen where you can add a coupon. And then it's pretty simple here. You're gonna name the coupon for you to identify it. After that, the type, it's gonna be if you either want a fixed amount or a percentage, which you can enter the amount below. And the promo code is what you're going to give to your clients so they can enter these into the online scheduler. So let's say if you're creating a mass email, you can add that promo code for only that people that got that mass email. And then once they enter that promo code on the online scheduler, it's going to be applied to that order. Now you can add an expiration date or it never expires. And also to the right side, you can choose which services this coupon can apply to. So let's take a look once you save these. As you can see, we created a Merry Christmas coupon with a 50%. The promo code is Santa. So this is what the client will need to enter in the online scheduler, and it's going to apply to these services. And it's going to expire on January 1st, 2025. And if you're using the order form, the only thing you need to do under the fee page is click on the little piggy icon that is located right here, and then just choose the Merry Christmas or the coupon you named for this order, for example, and just hit apply, and that'll do it. And remember that we have also articles, and all this information is documented. And we also, like, you can give us a call or send us a message through the chat box, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions. And we're doing these webinars, as you already know, every month. And the next webinar will be planned for December 12th. Okay, so we hope to see you there. And also, we hope we answer all of your questions.
Yeah, thank you very much, AC. And yeah, once again, thank you everybody for joining. We know it's very important for us that you took time out of your busy schedule to join this webinar. So we hope all of the information we shared today is very useful. If you come across any scenario where you need support, don't hesitate to contact our team. Remember, you can reach us through chat, via call or email. And yeah, we're going to be happy to help. And well, that's it for now. Thank you so much for joining. We hope you have a great day. Bye bye.